I'm gonna take you inside to a boxing gym. I started going to when I was about 14 years old. A guy named Tony Salazar, he brought me here. He was a Mexican boxing dude from California on this outreach program that my grandfather had down the street at this church, and he brought me, my cousin JD, my boy Jesus. He's the one that did the tattoos on my hand. The three of us, we started boxing when we was real young. Introduced to this dude, his name is Martin Grealish. His name is Gym upstairs, Martin Grealish. I'm tell you something right now. This gym is a gold mine. It's a gold mine. Like it's in this Resident Evil building. Look at that. Holes in the ceiling. I mean, from the youngest age, boxing helped keep me disciplined. I had a job. I was working at Star Market. I was working at Star Market in Wellesley. I worked at a bunch of different places, Star Market in Hyde Park, and every day after school, and if I wasn't working, I was here, and it showed me how to manage my time. It showed me how to be mentally disciplined. So boxing was a big part of my life. I'm gonna introduce you to actually my cousin. He's still boxing. His name is Danny Amato. I'm gonna introduce you to Kenny Butler. He used to be a professional boxer. Now he's in there, getting busy with the kids. And introduce you to Martin Grealish. This guy is definitely somebody who's helping out the community, helping out. He takes kids off the streets and he gets them in his gym and he gets them busy. He teaches them a thing or two behind the gloves and gives them an opportunity to do something else with their life. And it's good work too.
I've been boxing since I was 15, 16 years of age. I had a gym in Cadman Square for a couple of years. Before that I was in South Boston for a couple of years. Before that I trained in England, and I trained a lot of good kids here. Most of them are good kids, a lot of good fighters. I used to work with a lot of fighters in England before I came here. The gym is very good for the kids over here. So keeps them off the street, gives them a lot of respect. A lot of things. They do good in school. You got to do it every night. It's no good coming to the gym 2 nights a week. You need to go every night of the week. When you're in the gym every night, you go home tired, there's nothing else. You don't want to go out, but you're too tired to go out, It's great discipline. Once you're in there and go a couple of rounds every night, you don't want to fight on the street. It's great for the kids.
My name is Dante Luna. I've been training in Puerto Rico for like almost 13 years, and over here I did like probably 5 years. Now I'm like 18 years boxing. I'm a professional boxer. I want to become a trainer. I got like almost a year helping people, so I'm gonna see if I can make it. In 1992, I fought Miguel Cotto. It was in 106 pounds. It was a good fight. And after that, I fought Melvin Kumba, and I was 106 pounds too. And it was another good fight. Those are the two pros that I fought. The other sport I didn't like too much. I was a baseball player before. I played basketball too, but I didn't like it that much like boxing. The trainer that started with me, one time he went to my house and he said like, you can become a boxer. And my father said like, great, I'm gonna put him in boxing then. He saw me how I was moving, and in a week he put me to fight. And I knocked the guy in 12 seconds. It was hard. I had to get up at 6 in the morning, run, then like at around 12, I had to go to the beach and dive a little bit. Everything is possible. Like, if you want to do it, you can do it. Keep out of drugs. Having a good sleep. Not being out in clubs and stuff. that will like mess your mind and everything. You have to respect everybody. You have to be on point. Like, you miss a workout, it's like missing a job.
I train fighters in here with Martin. It's open 6 days a week, 5 to 8, 5 to 9 o'clock. We're kind of liberal with the hours, you know. I won my first tournament when I was 11 years old. I used to have a little more money in the city then, you know, in the park department. I had a picture of me getting a trophy from Kevin White. We used to travel around to, I was living in Hyde Park. The guy's name was Fuco, Pee Wee Fuco, and he had a boxing program for kids at night, after school, and they had a tournament. We traveled to Tobin Gym in Roxbury, and another gym, McDonough Gym in Southie, and the finals were in Curtis Hall in Jamaica Plain. So I won my first tournament, the 75-pound class. I was 11 years old. I got an autographed picture from this guy, and he wrote, to Kenny, life in boxing. Life is tough. I guess that's what's known as poetic justice, because I got thrown a couple of curveballs by life a couple of times, but the fight game will, I guess it helps you deal with things, you know. I call this gym right here the best kept secret in the city. I think it's fantastic. When I was fighting, I used to have to go to Somerville or wherever the sparring was, Brockton. But to have it right here is great for these kids. I got them too tired to go out at night and do anything else, you know. We dog them physically in here pretty good, and some kids come in to stay in shape for hockey or football, but I like the kids that want to box. You don't box to get in shape, you get in shape to box. It was an outlet for me, because I was one of them hyperactive kids, and they didn't have the Prozac milkshake. What they had was your smack, you know, they give you a good beating. And the boxing game was an outlet for me, because it kept me out of trouble. And when I won things like, you know, Mayor White handed me a trophy, and it made me an individual, you know, because I was only 16 when I won the Golden Gloves, and they put a little article in the Hyde Park Tribune or the Dorchester Argus or the Southie Tribune, and I'd wear a jacket, a Golden Gloves jacket around the neighborhood, and it made me an individual, you know. So when they were passing that doobie around the corner, they could skip right over me. I was kind of spared that peer pressure, because I was an individual. I was a boxer and I was good at it, so it made me someone to look up to in the corner. In here, I get them in here and I'll start them out, and it's a challenge for me, because some of these kids, you know, they walk in this gym and they've never done anything, you know. So I get their feet right, and I get them to throw some combinations, and I'll tell them what is repetition, and they'll answer the key to retention, you know. And I drill them in there. What's the shortest distance between 2 points? A straight line. I say, throw that thing straight. You know. I'll tell them fatigue makes cowards of us all. You know, when they're tired and they get tired in here and they can't throw anymore. You know, and I can dog them in here a little bit, but I can't, you know, I can't keep them away from that street corner, away from that bar room if they're a little older, you know. So sometimes it's a one-on-none situation, you know, and they owe it to themselves. But I'm giving them an education in here. They may not want to go on to something later on in life, but you know, when they're 40 years old, they can hang a bag in their garage and they'll know how to do it, you know. So those things that hurt instruct. You know, when they get in shape here, you know, this is what they get in shape for. They get in here and they find out what they're made of in here, you know.